Edward is the kind of reluctant vampire. He's a 17-year-old boy who was turned into a vampire 100 and something years ago. And he's kind of lost his way in the world, has no idea what the point of his existence is, and when he meets this young girl called Swan, who he grows very fond of, and she opens him up to the world again, and she makes him feel like there's something worth living for. The end of Twilight obviously finishes on a kind of light note where, you know, it's a kind of happy ending. Bella and Edward are together, and it seems like they've vanquished their enemies and the problems they were encountering in it. But then the actual reality of what their relationship is sets in New Moon, where there are just a plethora of enemies and a plethora of difficulties coming out of it. And New Moon is sort of dealing with that, and also dealing with the progression of their relationship and dealing with commitment to each other, as well as just the initial kind of first love story. It's Bella's 18th birthday, and everything. She goes around to the Cullen's house, and it's kind of all very. It's a sort of ideal birthday party, and in the minds of everyone involved, and it's all beautifully decorated and everything, and everyone's very happy. And Edward's looking at her, thinking, you know, she can become part of my family and my life, and maybe this can work out the way he wants it to. And of course, it kind of just inevitably falls to pieces, and Edward has to reassess everything about the relationship and his life, and with kind of tragic consequences. The Volturi are kind of, I guess, the oldest known band of vampires, coven of vampires in the Twilight universe. They kind of, I guess, they become the sort of vampire lords, or the sort of council. They dictate the rules of how vampires need to behave in the world, and they enforce them as well. So they're much older and more powerful than any of the vampires anyone's seen in the rest of the series. I really like Chris. I mean, he's very calm and he's very focused, and kind of, you never feel pressure, but you know the ball's always rolling. Everything is nothing ever seems held up. No, it's been a real pleasure working with him here. In really simple terms, Edward's much more of a warrior, not a warrior, but a worrier, and Jacob isn't. Like, and that's kind of, that's the biggest difference between them. It's nice. I mean, I mean, there's been crowds and stuff when we've been shooting before, but I mean, nothing like the kind of 2,000 or 3,000 people anywhere over the last couple of days. It's strange. It's like doing a massive theatre performance in little 10-second jolts, and everybody applauded afterwards and stuff, which is quite. And I kind of, yeah, it was very appreciated. A lot of New Moon is about him having to learn a lesson, I guess, pretty much the hard way, that he can't live without Bella, and in trying to do so, he ruins his own kind of meager existence and hers as well, which he never thought was going to happen. It's on much more of a grand scale than anything we did in Twilight. So it's interesting. It's all kind of so much more choreographed and stuff. So yeah, it might be. It's very operatic.